Your life revolves around your perception of yourself within your reality. And that the perception that you think you know, that you believe about yourself, that guides you in most instances, has to do with how you're feeling. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling bad? Are you thinking things are wrong and should be different than they are? Are you wishing, hoping, and dreaming for something else to happen in your life? Are you feeling insecure? Are you thinking you can improve in some way? Are you hoping for some improvement? Are you longing for certain things you're lacking in your life? Well, that's the perception of reality that's based in an inaccuracy, a fundamental flaw in how you are perceiving your reality. You're perceiving yourself as a victim in this reality, meaning that outside conditions can make you feel something. You say, that person said that thing and that made me feel bad. You believe that they were the cause of that feeling or the conditions or the lack or whatever it is. And you perceive that you'd feel better had they not said what they said, or that you didn't lack what you lacked. But that's just a flaw in your premise. In fact, what's really happening is you are the creator of this reality. You created this life prior to your birth. You set very strong intentions. You came in with high emotional sensitivity. You chose to have certain experiences in this life. You knew that they would guide you, set up a trajectory, lead you to where you are now, to a possible new way of understanding this reality, a radically different approach to this life. And so you entertain the idea that you could be the creator of your reality, that things could be working out for you, that things are happening for you, not to you. And so you shift your perception of yourself in your reality over time from the victim to the creator. What really happens when you do this? Well, in fact, actually, you move up into higher densities, densities where new ideas, new thoughts, new actions can come to you, new awareness. And it is an exponential growth. You drop limiting beliefs. You drop your doubts and fears. You drop anything that is not helping you move higher and higher and higher. You look at your past differently. You think about your future differently. And you reflect on the present moment in a new way. You look at reality more accurately, and you start to feel better. As you start to feel better, you become even more emotionally sensitive. You begin to understand that your emotions are simply indications of how you're perceiving your reality. In the past, your emotions were often telling you that your perception of yourself and your reality was inaccurate. And therefore, due to that perception, you were feeling negative emotion or being triggered most of the time. It didn't feel good. Yet your emotional sensitivity compared to where it is now was at a different state. It was not as accurate or not as intense as it is becoming now. You might have believed that emotions were weakness, when in fact they're your superpower. And so as you move along this path, altering your perception of yourself in your reality, you will start to see what's actually happening. You'll start to redefine yourself and everything around you, and you'll shift from things happening to you to things happening for you, and you'll become more aligned with your inner self. This idea of alignment is seeing your life from the perspective of your inner self, not seeing your life from the perspective of the human who perceives that things are happening to them, that they're living in a malevolent universe. When you understand that everything is working out for you, everything is here to support your growth and expansion of perspective. As that perspective increases, as it gets higher and higher and higher, you will have more awareness of who you truly are. And you'll have to understand that the life that you chose for yourself was the perfect life for you, not for anyone else, but for you. And that all those in your life were playing their role so that you could have this massive shift of perspective in one lifetime. To come from a perspective of yourself as the victim, perceiving that outside conditions and people can make yourself feel something, to a perspective where you understand that you choose those feelings based in your perception of your reality, then you become more aware, more confident, more connected to your inner self, and your empathic abilities start to come online. You start to know things, feel things, understand things, connect deeper and deeper and deeper to everyone and everything in your reality. If you have someone in your life who you perceived was ornery, was not treating you properly, was the cause of the life that you're living now, and then you see them from a new angle, from a new perspective, as fully supporting this journey that you chose, you go from animosity to appreciation. It shifts radically, and your relationship with them changes. Does it mean they'll be in your life forever? Does it mean that they will continue to do what they've been doing? But you let them off the hook because now you see them from another perspective. When you see others from another perspective, you have to see yourself from a higher perspective as well. It's not possible to see others from a high perspective when you don't see yourself from a high perspective. You will have to appreciate them because you've come to appreciate the life that you've chosen for yourself. You let yourself off the hook. You start to love and appreciate yourself. And from there, you can love and appreciate everyone else. It really starts with the understanding that you didn't get cast into this life haphazardly just to learn a bunch of lessons and go through a bunch of experiences. There was a method to your own madness. You chose this perfectly. The time and date of your birth, where you were born, who you were born into, the family, the friends, the society, the culture, all of this was chosen by you. You have certain awareness of yourself coming in because you're operating at a very high level, whether you're on this call now or listening at a later date. You have to become aware of yourself, aware of the fact that this wasn't random. There's no coincidences. There's no luck, no accidents. It's all perfectly planned. And you've had the experiences you've needed to have to come here. And you'll have more experiences, the experiences that you need to have to elevate to higher perspectives. Your goal in this life is not to have an easy, fun life, not to have it simple. It's to make an impact, to share with others what you've learned, to teach, to lead, to become that example, to understand perspective of yourself and everyone else, to understand that you're rising through the densities, and that everything you're inspired to do is to lead you into experiences that will help you elevate your perspective if you are aware. The end game of all of this is to come from a perspective where you perceive yourself to be separate from others to one where you perceive yourself to be connected, to come from individuality to collective understanding of the nature of this physical reality. This is where you wanted to be. You very, very, very much wanted to be here at this time of awakening. You wanted to awaken to who you truly are and to how you're connected to everything and everyone else in your life. That connection is where you're going. That's the truth of this reality. That's the perspective that you're moving towards. And you're moving away from the perspective of victim, of separation, of individuality. You're not here to do anything as the human version of you with the human identity. You're here to release all that and to simply flow who you truly are and infinite intelligence into your own reality, to connect all the dots, to become one, to move from separation, which is the illusion, to oneness, which is the truth. And with that, we'd like to talk to you about anything you'd like to talk about. Who'd like to start?